What's going on, family? Peace, love, and happiness. Scott Vlad here. I'm sending you all this beautiful, sunny nature energy, so take it all, embrace it all, embody it all. And today I want to talk about mental health, okay? And obviously, well, not obviously, but I've been through a lot of shit, and I like getting personal. I like sharing my experiences because hopefully it'll help you, and hopefully it'll show you that anything is possible when it comes to your mental health, okay? So obviously a lot of people in this society right now, in this day and age, are suffering from some form of mental illness, depression, suicidal thoughts, and suicide, right? And it's in everybody. It's in like adults for the most part, men and women, but it's starting to come into like the kids, right? The teenagers, because like obviously social media, trying to compare yourself with others, how they look, celebrities even, like movies and TV, right? Which is why I'd say don't watch TV as much or movies as much, right? Or don't compare yourself. Be aware of like these programs that are programming you to think certain ways without like checking in with yourself, being aware with yourself, right? But a lot of people are like suffering with it, not just because of social media, because of like even the food they're eating, the lack of exercise, video games, right? Kids are indoors all day. When I was a kid, I was outdoors most of the time, right? Playing basketball with my friends. I didn't have no, I didn't got no iPhone, right? I had like not even a phone until I was like 14, 15, like halfway through high school. And even then it wasn't a smartphone, it was like a QWERTY keyboard thing, right? I was playing Manhunt, all that kind of thing, right? And I was pretty good when I was a kid. I mean, I had a lot of struggles as a kid because I was diagnosed at like a young age, 13, with Tourette's. I was on Abilify, and Abilify is known for like causing a lot of addiction as they grow older because it's meant for more adults. And I mean, maybe that could be why I got addicted to smoking weed, gambling, addiction, escaping the present moment, right? And like along my journey, I suffered with a lot of depression and suicidal thoughts. I was actually tackled by cops twice because I was suicidal and almost treated like a criminal. That's a whole different story, like the bad apples in the group, right? But like my mental health was horrible a lot, and the drugs didn't help. The drugs were just a numbing agent to not really get me to feel everything I was feeling. And although like I ain't where I'm, like I still don't have the best mental health, but I'm always working on myself. And how can I like perform my best? How can I be at top quality in anything, right? Like the external, like working, income, even with friends and family, right? If I'm not good inside, doesn't mean I can't give like my love to people, but I want to make sure that my mental health and wellness and well-being is like as perfect as it can be, so everything that I'm experiencing is so much better. And when I was, what was it, like I swear like I was depressed all throughout high school, even though I wasn't like on meds or whatever, just prescribed until, or diagnosed until after high school with depression and bipolar and all that shit, because it's just part of the system once again, right? There's the problem, you got depression, here's the solution: take medication. That just once again numbs it for the most part. And I went through a lot of shit, you know, and my reactions to situations and how I responded to the external things that were happening in my life could have been, I mean, better if my mental health was more stable, right? But I'm grateful that everything happened in the way it did, the order it did, because looking back and reflecting on my whole life with like my mental health, I'm so grateful for what happened all the whole time, because I went through that drug-induced psychosis / awakening last year. And if I didn't have that, with all the lockdowns that were going on, I probably would have been like dead, honestly. Like that's how I'd see it, because I was drinking nonstop, smoking like 300 poppers every day, getting into harder drugs, always trying to like find that new high. And although I was a good person inside, it wasn't reflecting like that on the outside, right? It was very unstable internally in my mind, right? And I didn't have any like mechanisms to help besides the prescriptions and the self-medication with the weed and whatever. And it doesn't really work, right? Like I would have so many different phases where it's like, oh, I'm motivated, I'm ready to go take on everything, even though I still do drugs. And then other phases would just be so depressed. And especially in Canada, when we get winter, I go through that like sad disorder. It's like seasonal affective disorder where I'm not getting sun as much as, even though like if I'm outside getting sun and whatnot, it's just different in Canada because it's cold, it's gloomy, it's dark. People really don't want to go and do things, which helps. But then when you're depressed, you're like, I know I need to do these, like I need to work out more, I need to eat healthier, I need to stop just binge watching Netflix. But then it's hard to do that when you're depressed, right? When you're like, oh, I know it'll help me, but I don't have the energy to go do those things. I feel so lethargic, so fatigued internally, like through my bones. I couldn't move, I didn't have energy to do anything. I was so like lacking in motivation. And sometimes it's just patience. You gotta ask yourself, like, only you know what you need, ultimately, right? You can ask other people, yes, you can get help, you can get therapy, talk therapy, anything that like maybe you think you need. But you have to ask yourself, what do I need in this moment, right? If that means go into nature, get like ecotherapy or just breathing, because you're closest, like the oxygen literally comes from all these trees, right? Deep breathing, getting that literally pure oxygen from all the trees, sending it to your brain so you can like not be as stressed, not be as anxious, and you can be more present. If you like meditation or mindfulness, do it, right? Whatever you like doing that you think will help, do it. And don't be so hard on yourself, because then you might get overwhelmed. Like I'm always getting overwhelmed with like, I had to quit smoking, drinking, smoking cigarettes, no masturbation. I always like put on so much things on myself to try and quit, that when I quit it all, I went back to some of them. And then I learned a lesson in that moment. I was like, okay, well, I get overwhelmed if I'm trying to do everything at once. So take small steps, right? Whatever you can do in that day, do it. You know, don't get hard on yourself. Be like, oh, well, I relapsed on smoking weed or drinking. Oh, I'm so sad today, I don't have energy. It's like, okay, well, pace yourselves. You know, yes, we're on, like, we have a finite amount of time on Earth, but be patient, you know? Like, really focus on your mental health, because it's worth it. If you take that extra few months, those extra few weeks or days, minutes, just to, like, relax, go within, make sure you're doing good, then it's worth it in the next years to come, right? If you take that extra little few months to focus on your mental health and well-being, then when you're ready to like handle so much more, you'll be there to handle it. You'll be able to, whoa, we almost fell. You'll be able to really be present, really be mindful and focused and dedicated and determined and motivated in those situations, and you'll be able to handle so much more, right? Now I'm gonna stop here. There's butterflies everywhere. They're literally everywhere. You got the river here. That's like so nice. The sun's just gleaming on me. I want to shout out this shirt. It's like a Miami, Florida type vibe, okay? And my woman got it for me yesterday. It was so sweet, and I literally fell in love with this shirt because, like, look at it. Look at it. I just love it. I'm so grateful for her, so grateful for this shirt. So grateful just to be out here, right? Like, look at those fishes. You see them? And hopefully this video helped in some way, right? Keep going, you know? Because I was there where I was at the point where I wanted to die every single day. But I knew, I had this internal knowing that there's something greater for me if I just keep going that little bit longer. And although I'm not there fully, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, I will be there because I have that inner knowing, and I have the drive and dedication Whether or not some days I'm lazy or some days I'm more motivated, right? I know I will get there, and I know you will get there because you believe in yourself and I believe in you. We all have that greater purpose, that higher purpose that can just keep us going, keep us thriving, right? If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You want to comment down below? I'm here for you, you know? Or message me, follow my Instagram, message me, DM me. I'm always open to communicating with beautiful souls who just need like that little boost, that little help, you know? If you want to subscribe, click, and thank you so much for tuning in to this video. Honestly, it's greatly appreciated, and you got this. I believe in you, okay? I'm Scavlad. Peace.